company bi eka se bi chere me say na me sorry am pa me dream papa ma me ho ani me busu ani madam fofo any the people around me no and yes sir and obi mbi mu dream papa ma mo ho and the people around them. An early person once told me that when I wake up in the morning, I think of goodness and progress and growth for myself and the people around me. It isn't the same for some people. It's the opposite. They wake up in the morning and all they are thinking of is how to be corrupt, how to bribe others, how to retard the growth of themselves and the people around them. They wake up in the morning thinking of how to do bad, spread evil everywhere they go. I don't know why we are still on this gold fields mining issue. We've been good to them. We've given them the mining site for 30 years plus. They've mined all the gold that they can mine. And it's about time that we Ghanaians, we are woke now. It's about time that we Africans, Ghanaians to be specific, we are learning, we are knowing the reality of things. We are seeing what is going on the grounds. And it's about time that we take all these mining sites and make it state-owned enterprises or give it to Ghanaian people to run this site, so that all the profits come to the states or to the people directly, right? Because the reason why we are saying that we have to run our own things is because number one, we are sharing the profit. We are sharing the profit, and if we are to be fair, the profit we should be sharing them. We should be sharing the profit 50-50, right? We should be sharing the profit 50-50. If we are not to be fair to someone, it should be the foreigners, right? Where we go maybe 60-40 in favor of us, or 70-30 in favor of us, or 80-20 in favor of us. But in this case, they are cheating us. They are not being fair to us in the first place. Some of the agreements or the deals are 80-20, 90-10 against us or in favor of these foreigners. And unfortunately for us, we are not wising up enough. We are seeing what's going on, but it seems like we are ignoring, or we've turned a blind eye to it, because there are some news items that I hear from all this foreign-owned mining sites and other enterprises in our country, in this motherland of ours, where it states that these people will mine the gold or whatever, they go sell it, and after taking all their costs, right? After taking the cost in the production of the gold and whatever products they extracted from this land, the profit that is left, they then take the same amount of cost out of the money. So it seems like they take the cost money 2 or 3 times out of the money itself. I mean, from the profit itself, before they come share the profit with us. And even with the profit sharing couple, they are still cheating us, or they are still not being fair to us, in the case that sometimes it's 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10 against us and in favor of them, after them taking the cost price or the cost money 2 or 3 times out of the profit. So this is the reason why we should be owning these things, or we should be running all these things by ourselves, so all the money, all the profits come to us directly. I've done a breakdown, or I've done a video about Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, where he's saying that he's planning to build an airport, he's planning to build a stadium, he's planning to do this, do that, build hospitals, build roads, because of the money he has gotten from the Daman site. And that was, I think, 2 weeks from 2 weeks time by owning the Daman site. Just 2 weeks. So yeah, the Daman site in just 2 weeks. Ska onye free Daman site what odibi ebra ban. And on no so enya no chest on one the bottom scar from the Daman site no ebe hear all these things. That means say if you have run all these things, or if the state is run all these things, bro, we are going to get money for this country. We are going to get money to take this country from to take this state from the current level to the next level positively. The secret lobbying behind gold fields, mining sites and everything, right? I've done videos, countless videos of the gold fields mining sites where their time is up. It will be up next year, and they are saying that they want another lease, another time. We should sign another deal with them where we give them another lease years and all that. And Ghanaians are pushing back. We are pushing back because that's the right thing to do. We should be running our own things right now. That's the right thing to do now. And on top of it, unfortunately for the Goldfields people, the Goldfields company or factory, it's a South African company, right? And from what's happening between South Africa and Africa, Ghana to be specific, about all this xenophobic and all these things, it's a more of like a motivation for us to sack these people out of our country and run the things, the sites are by ourselves. But some Ghanaians, greedy Ghanaians, some I can feel on mine cost on money on so greediness. And you fetch this foreign company to lobby. Another word for lobbying is corruption and bribery. Lobbying, your friend want to market corruption and bribery, your friend want to money, you need lobbying. But lobbying is synonyms nanga say bribery and corruption. Mathematics, Ghanaian bimu, Ghanaian simbimu. This foreign companies what to bribe the government and its cabinets. Ghanaian simbimu greediness. Kako benya intinu ondri on mine no cause wentinu. Ono kwa ni ye die person no kwenya intinu or bought this foreign to what to bribe the government and what their cabinet. Intinu one year sorry, near to say yama Goldfields company another year so more son of mine gold now. You see who say ye mubia rats, the rats amongst us, the greedy ones amongst us. Omo stomach direction people amongst us. No more my say you man. Mr. Sarsana of Tuntun Network has done a video about the secret lobbying behind Goldfields, and we are going to react to the video. If today's your first time coming across this content, find value in it, please do well to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. This is Ghana First. I go by the name Niyama. Let's get right into the video.
If we wake up one day and see that the leasehold of Goldfields Ghana Limited is extended or renewed, we should all know that the lobbyists managed to convince the president and his cabinet to make it happen. We know, and we know because not everyone connected to this issue who is working with you is in favor of renewing their leasehold. All the lobbying and the hotel meetings and the gifts exchanges and promises of rewards to you isn't hidden, my brother. They aren't that hidden like you think. Why do you do this? Why must you use your connection with stakeholders to give away our resources to foreigners? Money, ladies and gentlemen, money. The love for money has led many people into problems that no amount of explanation or remorse can ever resolve.
Facts.
And your greed for more money will expose you very, very soon. You know yourself. And I'm convinced your conscience is completely sold out because you are willing to do anything to have your money. Hands on more money. But I promise you,
thinking of your brother.
Money will soon embarrass you and you won't recover.
And you are saying that you are Christians, you are Muslims.
You know yourself. You watch me all.
And the good book says that be your brother's keeper. The Quran 2 says that think of your brother, right? So you are all Christians and Muslims, and even in our traditional religion itself, a church said, yeah, wherever you fall at, whichever religion you fall at, that specific religion tells you to be what? To be good to your brother, to your friend, to your neighbor. So why are you thinking of your own self? After everything that you have, after everything you've accomplished, after everything you've stolen from the state, you still want more. Why? Then
all the time you watch my programs and you hate how much I speak about this particular subject. You actually wished I stopped. You wish the story died down as usual and people moved on to the next thing. In fact, you expected this story to be obsolete by now and you were confident it would. And you arrogantly promised them that, oh, that's Ghanaians for you. When an issue comes up, they will talk and talk plenty. In the time being, they will continue talking and eventually forget about it and everything will fade away. This is what you promised them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you were expecting. But you bumped into me. First of all, I don't think the system.
Mr. Saros, not only you, the whole of Ghana, they bombed into the whole of Ghana on this particular topic. Yeah, slide this, sir. Say, I'm telling you, say next year, right? It's like say Ghana for AD. Say they always take our calmness for granted. They always take our reserve attitude for granted, right? Yeah, thinking so Ghana for the sanity, but yen say Ghana for ye move be wa dream for you, but ye they are oh ne was stress ni I come yes massa yen say dream for ye triumpani akumemu. It's bro next year. Yes, I extend on lease with no more. They will see us in this country. They will see us. Whichever government or whichever leader extends the lease for these people. No, no, Kroma. Kroma. He's in Yeshenika Baku. Because
has treated you badly at all. You have made a career from your association with politics, and for the role you have been given, you have done well for yourself. You're already living a very good life. You are connected to the president. You have his ears, and therefore you are confident in your promises. But why do you do this? Why must you use your connection with stakeholders to give away our resources to foreigners when we can equally manage them? Ladies and gentlemen, if we wake up one day to hear that the government of Ghana has renewed the mining lease of Goldfields Ghana Limited, ladies and gentlemen, we should all know that it wasn't because the government thought no Ghanaian company was competent enough to take over. That wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, facts.
Or for the state to take over. That wouldn't be the issue. If we wake up one day and see that the leasehold of Goldfields Ghana Limited is extended or renewed, we should all know that the lobbyists managed to convince the president and his cabinet.
What Mr. Saros is saying basically for the layman, I'm going to explain it basically for the layman. Say, I'm extending the leasehold for Goldfields for now. That means that it's champagne for the few and undrinkable water for the masses. For the layman, and interest there, Mr. Saros is that means that champagne for the few and what? Undrinkable water or dirty water for the masses. Well, nature say, Kakrebi na item, Mako Giske I then have them at Naso. I know Musa for better echo no more minus aside the active Goldfields for no. Now young Ghana for a senior gold site no and go near between the zone for one. The end year. Yeah, we be animals, we not be human, we know they deserve the benefits, the perks of this gold our Father in heaven has blessed us with in our land.
To make it happen. The lobbyists are activated right now. The lead lobbyist is funded to lead the way. Don't you think we know? And you know, I'm speaking to you. Don't you think we know what's going on? We know, and we know because not everyone connected to this issue who is working with you is in favor of renewing their leasehold. All the lobbying and the hotel meetings and the gift exchanges and promises of rewards to you isn't hidden, my brother. They aren't that hidden like you think. And ladies and gentlemen, that reminded me of when I used to work in the mining industry. My Chinese partner and myself will meet state operatives in hotels and have these kinds of discussions with them. And I'll be shocked at the reaction of these men, politicians, whenever the Chinese guy will give them a gift, ladies and gentlemen. For instance, as little as a Chinese smartphone and a buffet dinner at an expensive hotel was enough to get their complete attention. And I was so shocked. I quite remember when on some occasions you see politicians come to these meetings with their girlfriends and they will order so much food to take away. And one time my Chinese partner asked me whether these people had food in their homes or not. Such a shameful thing to experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Goldfields Ghana Limited itself knows that this renewal wouldn't be easy. In fact, their own people in South Africa are in support of Ghana taking the mine back. Just check out this information in the comment section of most of my videos. They know Ghana has treated them quite fairly. We gave them a deal that usually isn't given. 33 years to mine In that time, ladies and
33 good
gentlemen,
years.
there was never an incident of riots or fightings or government interferences that would impede their operations. They had the free hand to do the most with the concession granted them. They should be grateful for our indulgence. They should rather be thankful for our continuous support for their operations. But instead of that happening, ladies and gentlemen, they want to take complete advantage over us. They want to outrightly finish the entire gold reserve in that piece of land. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever asked yourself what the lifespan of that mine is? Every mining site or concession has a lifespan. Goldfields Ghana Limited has already mined for 33 years. How many more years are left behind to exhaust the gold that is still in that land?
The Mr. Sarsi Kaninian say, Bibia wa ewo ne wiye adebia wo bia wo ne wiye, right? Into you gold any mining site bia no your amount of gold a share assassinasi e 2 ebesa etia or the Kaninian say your mine go for lease for 33 years. Gold ni say bia e kese say na the 33 years no omutim dey 2 ebia emu fan wi a fana kan so mu jama na nso ye dey yang senso ye dey etimi tu nso ye dey nya won fa so but see no mu pe another more years to strong medo o metu fana I then aka no what you say that be what is happening here. Boom. And say we can earlier so umo be ebe run things in your home, then you are not going to what you are not going to be in control. Number 1. Number 2, the person you are going to get all the perks and the benefits you are going to what you will get if you are running things by your own self. It's no Ghana for YMBA. Let's be conscious. Let's wake up. Let's wake up from our sleep and let's fight for our destiny, for our faith. Let's chart our own path.
Or how much more deposit is still left in that mine today? Do we ask that question? Can this mine go for another 15 years without being depleted, ladies and gentlemen? Will the mine even last for another decade? I can promise you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. With the way the renewal has been rough for Goldfields Ghana so far, I promise you, if we give them even 5 years more to mine, these guys will clear up completely every single thing in that time frame. There will be nothing left behind. And same can be said about all the other mining companies in Ghana that are watching. But that is the right route to go, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to go up or increase their production capacity moving forward once they realize we may not renew their leases. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us not relent on this mission. The Rescue Ghana project has to come by way of consistency and commitment. And that is what we are willing to do from here. You do your part. You need to pass this video around until everyone gets to see it. And we will continue to update you with the latest on this story every single week until we take over.
Much obliged. Finally, much appreciated.
This is my message to those who have been contracted to get the renewal ratified. You are on the wrong side of history. Yeah, you are on the wrong side of history. And here's how I know. You aren't doing this because we don't have the capacity to maintain it. That's not why. You aren't doing this because Ghana lacks the financial capacity to run that business. That's not true.
True.
Your main reason for working in the interest of the mining company is to get paid. Money has taken your conscience on this matter. And you will do anything for it. That is the only reason. And that makes me wonder what you may have done on the blind side of Ghanaians for money already in this country. I remember one time I took my Chinese partner to meet a minister of state. And we presented the business proposal we went with to him. We wanted to produce engine oil in Ghana. And this man was from the constituency the raw material comes from. And so we meet up with this official and we take him through the entire thing, ladies and gentlemen, and show him how much in terms of equity we are willing to allocate to the constituency and to his office. But ladies and gentlemen, the man, instead of focusing on the business proposal we brought to his table and how he will steer the whole thing to make it realized, ladies and gentlemen, he rather jumped straight to asking me how much we brought to him. He asked me to go ask my Chinese partner. Ladies and gentlemen, without a moment's hesitation or the slightest hint of shyness. He confidently asked me to translate his words to my Chinese partner, asking him how much in cash we brought to him that day.
I'm not
That's
surprised.
when I knew something was terribly wrong.
I'm not surprised. Some Ghanaians are with no integrity. Some Ghanaians are with no shame. And they are easy to be bought. Cheap people. Cheap. As low as we are very cheap. I'm not surprised, bro. And South Sudan way, it is in some Ghanaians. Openibi and a leader be and somebody in position of power or in government, maybe a minister or something. Well, your mind sick up, I change your knock of court. We found him guilty. Say, well, we are this amount of money. Now you can and you sentence anyone to prisoner. Obenya Ghana for being because Munjano. When I walk around court now, I also be SS. Some class now Ghana for Mukano. Charlie, yo, next time anybody go talk that bullshit there. Next time anybody go talk that BS, I'll go slap you, bro. Bema, I don't go lie. I go sound you. I go talk to my mind. I go make you know say it be stupid thing when you talk. Whether you be my dad, whether you be my mom, whether you be my friend, whether you be whoever, whether you be my pastor. So that means you are what's the word? Who is so and now you to me say that's what you are saying. You are promoting corruption and bribery and stealing and thievery. Meanwhile, I sorry, the wrong guy saying that shall not steal, that shall not do this. Some person are gonna for muka. Madam for yo. Oh, any pen of you a man sika says can bet my boy man for my man for because says can yet my chairman so be as into woo. Nani yet my channel no. Musi enjano ade ya okona ka kwatena wo papa bi ana ma me na tiwa so ko no so be ide e dia ma hwe kwase no woka. I'm not surprised, bro. Yenya bi are cheap. Some Ghanaians are very, very, very cheap
with this country. Right there and then it occurred to me that perhaps these gatekeepers are the same reasons many opportunities are passing us by
coming into this country.
And we never knew about it.
And the ones that are
how
coming
many
to
of such instances?
The ones that are coming to the opportunities, the few opportunities that will come to this country too, you know. So gatekeepers in Kofoin to steal from us, to cheat with the people. Meanwhile, anyone who join us for now, they are cheating us or they are stealing from us. Say anyone on your bush and you, or your papa, your mommy, or your foreigner, he is a stranger, he or she is a stranger. Your own people are doing your own people bad.
Would these people have fumbled because they made financial demands when a project was about to happen in this country? We have become our own stumbling blocks to our own development. Yeah, that is what is happening. So I'll say this to you: keep lobbying and pushing to deliver on your end as you have bargained for. We on this side will also be fighting, we'll keep fighting back to return to Ghana what's rightfully hers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This situation has entered a lobbying stage, if you didn't know. It has become an issue of lobbyists. And we can only continue to push from our end and believe that the president of our republic does not get swept or carried away by these lobbyists. That is what we are working against. And I'll end it here for now. My name is Cyrus, and this is Tuntum Network in Accra, Ghana. And thank you for helping us to keep this issue alive and constantly in the minds of Ghanaians. I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to share this video.
So Snamekan earlier in the video, lobbying is another word of bribery and corruption. Bribery and corruption are the frown to ma. Any money din for lobbying. Ketashi ne proye anayasa ne kano. Ketashi na tekashi oze tekashi sisne oze dey. Any proye any frown to money atuni din lobbying. And as you see, Goldfield's issue now, that's what is happening now. It's now in the lobbying state. It's now in the bribery and corruption state. See, but churches come among for being major then at so no matter when you many now my the Goldfield's or the mine. I check Goldfield's for Goldfield's company, a foreign company. It's a South African company, and on top of it, it's a white South African company, and yeah, black South African company, a white South African company. And for years, Europe and the West, they have been stealing from us. They have been destroying our lands. They have been destroying our livelihoods. and all that. So it's time we open our eyes. It's time we wake up. It's time we it's time we are conscious and fight and chat our own part and take our destiny into our own hands and take our faith into our own hands. I go by the name Nia, man. This is Ghana First. If today's your first time coming across this content and you find value in it, you are informed, you are educated, you know what's going on, please do well to hit the subscribe button, like and share the video, and come to the comment section. Let's vibe. Let me know your opinion, your suggestion, what we should do as a country, as a people, and what I should do, the kind of content you want to see on this channel. Let me know in the comment section, under the comment section. And also remember to also go and subscribe to Tuntum Network by Mr. Sawas Anan. Hope to catch you on the next episode. I'm out.